In this video I will show you how you can get KAMISH Dagger and Sailor Piece on Roblox. Subscribe, like, hype if you want to get this. More Roblox guides and giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. If you are already deep into the late game content of the March 2026 update in Sailor Piece, then you probably know the Shadow Monarch Sword is one of the strongest mythical weapons in the current meta. And I will tell you exactly what you need to do to get the most important crafting material for it, the KAMISH Dagger. Before you can start destroying raids with huge shadow damage, you first need to farm this dagger. And getting it is not easy because it requires heavy grinding, high level requirements, and a bit of RNG luck. The KAMISH Dagger drops from the Shadow Monarch boss and the drop rate is extremely low, usually between 0.75% and 1.4% depending on the difficulty you choose. Before you can even enter the dungeon to fight this boss, your character must meet several requirements. You must be at least level 5000. You also need to talk to the Dungeon Master on Dungeon Island and complete the Dungeon Discovery quest. On top of that, you need dungeon keys to enter the dungeon, and these keys can be farmed from normal world bosses across the map, except shadow bosses. Once you have some keys ready, travel to Dungeon Island and enter the Shadow Dungeon. To increase your chances of getting the dagger, you should always choose hard or extreme difficulty. The Shadow Monarch boss does not appear immediately when the dungeon starts, so you must fight through multiple waves of enemies first. The boss is guaranteed to spawn on Wave 5, Wave 10, and Wave 15. Because the drop rate is so low, many players also use the pity system to increase their chances of getting rare drops. Subscribe to this channel to have a better chance of getting and finding what you want, and write what you would like to get from this game. Before fighting the Shadow Monarch, you can travel around the map and quickly defeat 24 easy world bosses. Then enter the dungeon and make the Shadow Monarch your 25th boss kill. This activates the pity mechanic and guarantees a rare item drop. To increase your chances even more, combine this strategy with high luck gear and fortune runes so your drop rates become much better. Once you finally manage to farm the KAMISH daggers, the next step is crafting the Shadow Monarch sword. For that you need to find the Shadow Monarch seller NPC who is hidden on the roof of the dungeon building on Dungeon Island. Before speaking to the NPC, make sure you have all the required materials in your inventory. You will need 2 KAMISH daggers which drop from the Shadow Monarch boss with a drop rate between 0.75% and 1.4%. You will also need 10 Monarch Core, 5 Monarch Essence, and 1 Shadow Crystal, all of which also drop from the same boss. In addition to the materials, you must also have the King of Shadows title, which is unlocked after defeating the Shadow Monarch boss. If you get lucky and farm more than 2 KAMISH daggers, it is a good idea to keep them because this item is currently very valuable in player trading. Crafting the Shadow Monarch sword is absolutely worth the grind because once you create it, the weapon immediately unlocks its full power and does not require any extra mastery quests. The sword deals extremely high shadow damage, and its elemental scaling is very strong, allowing you to melt enemy health bars quickly. It is also considered a top-tier weapon for late-game raids, PvP fights, and even speedrunning bosses. And if you combine the Shadow Monarch sword with the right race and devil fruit, your character becomes incredibly powerful. Keep farming the dungeon waves, use the pity system smartly, and you will eventually get the materials needed to wield one of the strongest shadow weapons in the entire game.